So, using new technology, how are the pupils learning differently, and why do you think this is better?
Well, the pupils now have got real context to put their learning in, so the learning that they're doing it for a reason and a purpose. So that gives them more engagement, more enthusiasm for what they're doing. So they're doing things, for instance, like filming, they're using the microphones, they're using the interactive whiteboards, and they're using all the equipment to actually support their learning, and they're really keen and enthusiastic to do it.
Excellent. And how have the pupils reacted to using these new approaches to both teaching and learning for them?
They're really keen on it, they're really enthusiastic about it, and also it's really helped them to develop their confidence. And one thing that we have noticed is that there are pupils who might be quite reticent or not want to volunteer and speak out in front of everyone else, but when we put them behind a camera or we've asked them to do a job involving technology, then they've had the confidence to speak up and do what we've asked them to do. So it's good in that way. It does develop the children's skills and has really helped them with things like their questioning skills, for instance, because they're interviewing each other or other people. It's really helping them to develop those questioning skills as well as to have them answering questions.
Okay. And what ways have you adopted the innovative use of technology?
Well, quite recently we've done a lot of work on a more integrated curriculum, and what we've tried to do is use things like drama and using art and all different kinds of things like that. And one of the things that we've done is really worked with the Young Journalist Academy to involve children in journalism and that way of working. And what that's given them is real jobs that they needed to do. For instance, one of the jobs involved a group of children going down to London, to the Royal Albert Hall, to review a performance of the Cirque du Soleil, and then they were able to interview the creative director after the performance to create a short film that was going to go onto the Royal Albert Hall website. So those kinds of things, and it was fantastic to see that these 10-year-old children organising themselves and in the 10-minute slot that they had to get all the equipment organised and ready, all their questions that they asked really sensibly, and put a film together in that way.
And how do you think the use of technology has impacted on the children's attainment levels and achievement levels at school?
Well, it's had a really big beneficial impact. We have found that over the last 3 years that the children have had 100% in the end of Year 6 SATs level 4 reading, writing and maths, and we've had rising amounts of percentages of level 5s in all of those subjects. So I attribute this directly to the use of this technology and this way of working with these children. Big impact we have seen has been with the writing, that we're having much more percentage of children reaching the higher levels of writing in particular.
What do you use all the new technology in school for nowadays?
Well, we probably use the iPads for making movies on iMovie and researching, and we use the computers for doing documents on Microsoft Word so that we can print them off.
Okay, and do you think using the iPads, say for iMovie and film editing, do you think that helps you learn, that you've got like a hands-on approach to it?
Yes, I think so. But if you were going to read a book on the iPads, it would be a different matter because you could just pick up a book off the shelf.
So Frankie, what kind of technology do you like using, enjoy using at school?
Usually mics, computers and iPads.
And what do you use the mics for example?
Like interviewing people from the Royal Albert Hall.
Okay, and what about the cameras? What do you use those for?
For like making short movies and things.
Okay, and do you watch them back when you get back to class and look at yourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about the iPads? What kind of things do you use those for?
Like researching things and again making movies.
Okay. So what do you think about all the new technology that you now use in school?
Well, it's like better because if we're reading in groups, you don't have to keep buying the same book. You can just get it off the iPads. And then if you like want to do maths on it, instead of having to get out all your books, you can just get out like an iPad and go on the maths games.
And do you think it helps you with your learning as well?
Yeah, sometimes, because people like to memorise the things on the iPad better because it's more fun than actually just writing it down in your books. So it helps your memory with maths.
And how do the children use technology in lessons nowadays?
Well, we're very lucky here. We've got lots of different technology equipment. We've recently had some iPads in the classrooms, and the children use those particularly in guided reading sessions. The children are actually able to read the book on the iPads, and then we've been able to download the appropriate app so they can then answer their own comprehension questions on the text. So it's a really great way of them working independently on their own about something that they really want to do. And because they're doing it on the iPads, they find it really exciting as well.
Yes.
And within normal lessons, we have the smart boards that teachers use all the time, where children are often getting up and modelling to the other children how to do something.
And how do you think the use of innovative technology has aided the children's learning at school?
Well, we use technology in many different ways within lessons. One of the most effective ways that I've seen is within a storytelling lesson. The children have filmed themselves either using a flip vid or an iPad telling a story to their partner. They've then been able to stop the recording, watch it back, review their own work, and then improve it and film it again. It's just been a really effective way of them taking ownership of their own learning and then accelerating it into an even further depth. It's been great.
Excellent. And has the use of technology enhanced school trips at all?
Yes, we use flip vids especially on school trips, and it's been a really great way of them documenting the day and then coming back and reviewing what they did on the trip. And also they've edited those videos to create a video that we've then been able to put onto our school website so that visitors can see, parents can see, and we can then help the children remember what we've done, why we've done it, and then they can then write about that as well in the future. So it's been really great.
Do you think this use of new technology has enhanced core skills within the pupils in school?
Definitely. The children are often practicing their speaking and listening skills. When they're interviewing each other, they're having to practice their questioning skills, using opening and closed questioning, and loads of drama works come out of using technology. And it's often the shy children that are now coming up with wanting to be the main character because they're able to adopt that character and show it. And it's just been a really great way of them feeling safe using this technology to show each other what they've done. It's been great.